topic of the video is a little bit like cringe. Like the essence of the concept of me talking about this is immature and cheesy cringe. So to just prove that I'm not like self-pitying, also the purpose of this is for like for me to, my setup is like irritating me. The purpose of this is for me to just like, I don't know if everybody is like meant to get married or whatever. So that's why I would just be like talking about this. So to prove that it's not for self-pity purposes, I'm gonna go through a list of odd 20 pros. And then, but I'm gonna quickly go over the pros, and then I'm gonna go into the reasons, and then like the cons, or just reasons that I shouldn't get married, and also how the pros affects that later. Okay, so to get started, right, with the obvious, I'm clearly good looking, right? Okay. I'm open to correction, that's a good thing. I'm bubbly and openly cringy. The essence of me saying that. And also, why do I not look happy right now? Let me... Hello, you can leave now. There is reason for me not looking happy right now, actually. But obviously I'm not going to share that So obviously I'm not going to share that information with you, because I also have standards and a concept of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate a lot of the time. I'm not a people pleaser. I think that's a massive W. Me not being a people pleaser is really cool. And I'm not feminist, which is controversial, but I think that just plays into the thing that I believe in is submission. Sort of feminism is about equal rights, but I think it's just such a W. If you are married to a woman who is not a feminist, I feel like just so much less problems, you know, because I don't believe in 50-50, you know what I mean? Like, I believe in 100%, so sacrifice, you know. The fact that I even have to explain myself is actually crazy. Anyway, I try hard to be authentic. That's a cool thing. It depends. It depends on how you view authenticity. I don't just follow the flock, so I make like independent decisions. I could be a breath of fresh air to talk to, because I don't necessarily like, alright, I can be like deep because of that, like my creative analysis. I'm not very good at apparently I'm good at creative things and organizing. Those are my two strong points when it comes to like, but this is about marriage, so like, anyway. I try to be self-sacrificial, but I don't come from a background where that is culturally like normal, so I'm trying. And I would say that I have attention to detail. I hope that doesn't mean that I'm actually incompetent, but I do try and be attentive to detail. I feel like the lighting is better now. Unpopular opinion. Actually, if it's an unpopular opinion, why would I even say? Anyway, see, creative thinking. So, okay. Love of giving gifts and compliments. So I'd say I'm good at giving gifts and giving compliments. I'm also good at receiving gifts and compliments, which is, I feel like, just as important. I'm a hype girl. Like, I will uplift people, and I will, like, you know, I'm rooting for you type of energy. And I like to see the good in people. That's good. And I'm good at emotionally regulating, so that would mean that I don't like, this was actually me coming back from being gone for a very long time. Like, I was gone for like, I think 3 weeks, because I was like burning myself out from talking to you guys and having nothing to talk about. I have a legitimate list that I'm referencing things from now. So yeah, I'm good at emotionally regulating, which means that like if I was married to you, I wouldn't fall in love with anybody else easily. I don't get angry, which is I think really cool. So like I would rather like cry because I believe like being aggressive is like cringy. I don't know. And I'm a disciplined person, and I'm a daring person. So I take a risk. I would say, yeah, I'm not like afraid of like, yeah, maybe another bad thing is like I'm slow with adjustment. That should be that's a 26 reasons. That's the first reason actually. And we're not even finished with the pros. I'm still already thinking about the cons. Okay. And I'm not afraid of changing myself for a man. Like I'm not like closed minded in that sense. And then I have good manners when it comes to, what's appropriate for when. So I think that is a, but that's not something that came naturally. There's something that I've grown into because of also the culture, like I said. So then 20 odd, oops, it's not even 20, it was originally 20 and now it's like 26. So what would I say? The first thing is that I just adjust slowly. That is definitely a reason. I heard that Queso adjusts so slowly, and that is the reason that he is like not really upgrading his set and things. It's because of that same reason. Anyway, not really like, so number one reason, well, number two reason. Now we're getting into the reasons. We're 7 minutes in, but we're getting into the actual video now. And this is serious stuff, right? Like I said, I don't know if everybody's supposed to have somebody in the end, because I'm not like attracted to anyone. Like I don't easily fall in love. And another a good reason, but it's also a reason that I probably won't be marrying soon, is because I am very good at emotionally regulating. So I decide whether I'm in love or not. Like that is completely in my control, which is a good thing. That's also discipline. I think that shows discipline. Like I'm not undisciplined, but I think also I'm not exposed. So I haven't been put in an environment for that. Another thing is that I'm incredibly like ignorant, so like I won't assume something out of somebody. I won't like have an expectation that somebody has an interest in me, if you know what I mean. Like I'm open for the possibility, but I don't like expect that of people, and I will deny that because I don't want to try and pervert it or make anything weird. So like I think I see things with a very business mind. Like I'm trying to be as productive as possible, and I wouldn't want to slow the opportunity down for me to like, I think where my priorities are at is like, in a sense, as if I'm not like confident that if I had a man that he would be able to provide for me. That sounds so like weird, but I feel like it's just, yeah, I would have to find him cool for me to want to submit under his leadership. I would want to follow him, as like follow his order, his like concept of, like I think that would have to be something that would have to that would be something I would have to realize. So did I say, yeah, I'm not really feeling attracted to anyone, but when I say that, I also mean that I can be attracted to anyone because of being attracted to nobody. So, like, I see it as a business deal in that sense. That's a bad thing that I also could add. So, actually, we're on 28, 27 reasons now. Okay. I have a sense that nobody is compatible with me, and I hope that's not just a sense of being professionalistic, but rather like also I don't feel that I meet many people who I would want to spend so much time with, that we could like work together. Like I don't meet people very often who I would be able to work. Is one side of my face better looking than the other side of my face? I feel like this is like my sleeper side and this is like my actual good side. Gang, if I move it like this now, it looks like I'm staring into the sun. And also can you hear that burp? Because I did just now burp. This is not... Chat. Okay. The background is gonna irritate me. Oh my days. Okay, wait. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Ooh, that's really good looking. Just like me. Just like my first reason. Just like my first pro. But there are like negative things about my looks that I'll actually go. That's coming up as well. Don't you worry. Yeah. So in like I said, nobody's compatible with me. Like I don't have a person that I would have seen. Like this comes back to being attracted. Like, but anyone that I would be willing to necessarily like sacrifice things for, because I understand how big of a sacrifice it is. So I don't know, maybe I'm like scared that it's too big of a sacrifice. I don't want to be scared of anything. Like I said, I'm a very daring person, yeah, so I don't want to be scared of anything, but yeah. I won't be a helpful or blessing to someone's like well-being unless they're like low-key desperate and lonely. And like I put in brackets not self-deprecation, by the way. Yeah, so I won't be a helpful... I don't know how I could be like necessarily helpful unless like the person has like mental issues, which we all end up having, but also I don't want to have to deal with that. So that's a whole other problem also. 28 reasons actually. Sorry, did I say 28? Yeah, 28 reasons. Okay, another reason is I'm way too good at emotional regulation. So firstly, emotional regulation works that you control how, like for instance, if you like feel attracted to somebody, you will spend less time around them so that nothing, like you don't get more attracted to them. And if you don't feel attracted to somebody, you will spend like more time around them as friends, so like that, you know, nothing weird as well, because it's not like they're not a threat to like your mental well-being. So in that sense, I would say I am very good at emotional regulation, and I do that so quickly and so naturally that like I would not yeah, okay. And I don't want to be like approached as an option, so I don't want to be like sort of grabbed by a... I call it like a girl grabber, like a person who just like wants a girlfriend and therefore like just like goes and looks for people to involve themselves with out of like the desperateness for a girlfriend. But then in the same way, I don't think that anybody would necessarily like specifically want to be around me unless for that desperate and lonely reason, where their brain like tricks them into thinking that like I like them but I don't really. And also your brain, you need to be extremely delusional, because I do not make it obvious, because I'm very good at emotional regulating. This is getting deep. This is getting extremely deep, bro. Did I just say bro? Okay, anyway. I am way too comfortable where I am right now, and this comes back to the like I'm not really feeling attracted to anybody. I am way too comfortable where I am. Like I'm not in a position where I feel like I need somebody else. So like, and I'm also happy like to not necessarily have anything more. Like I'm just happy, bro. Like I'm too comfortable to really like move and like get that done, to honestly make myself better, to do anything about it. You know, like I don't have motivation, inspiration. I am comfortable, which is a problem. But like when it comes to that, like I don't necessarily want to be made dependent on the comfortability that I get from another person. However, I do want to feel comforted by them, and I feel like I do want to be dependent on them. But the tricky thing is another thing on my list, is I don't want to make an idol of them, and I have a very big tendency to do that, and I'm going to go further into that in much more depth. Okay, another thing is that like this is about looks now. I artificially make myself look good, and by that I mean, like, for instance, my eyebrows are bleached, like, and they are also plucked, and the hair on my face like bleached, plucked, and the hair on my body, it's like high maintenance to look the way that it does now. So I feel like somebody who would be attracted to how I naturally like look won't find me, because I don't like look the way that I look naturally. So like our child wouldn't look like me. With when it comes to like colors, like their skin would be lighter and their hair would be darker. Snow White child, anyway. And like, yeah, so I'll be stuck with my high maintenance forever, because when it comes to like, I feel like, yeah, if that matters, obviously, like I feel like first impression like carries a very big weight throughout all the interactions that you have with a person from then. But like I feel like it's it's a massive test to whether you love me or not, because like whether I like, you know, I change up the way I look very often. Maybe that's like an insecurity problem where I don't actually like the way I look, you know. Therefore, how are you supposed to like the way I actually look if I don't even present that to people? Maybe that's a bigger problem than what I think it is. Okay, I make friends very easily, and I know this is like, so I make friends very easily that I don't really concentrate very hard on a specific person or consider them specifically, or like commit a lot to a specific person. I make so many friends that like you may feel lonely if you expect me to be a better friend to you. So that is a difficult thing where I need to like in my Brian, what words am I using? I need to like prioritize friendships and things like that. That's a skill that I need to be learning. But the fact that I make friends so easily, whether I learn to prioritize or not, well, obviously I will, but like the fact that I do make friends so easily can feel lonely. I like people who make friends easily, but the reason I put this as a problem is because I can feel left out in that process. So yeah, the concept of that, yeah. Also, like I said, like I emotionally regulate, so I don't romanticize bad behavior, which can like make me, because like people will love whatever you do. I think especially if you consider like Wattpad culture, which I used to be an author on, but I completely renounced that in Jesus' name. Like have a romanticization of like every little thing that you do. Like you could like be bad to a person and they'll be like, wow, that's so amazing, whereas I don't tolerate that. And then the fact that I make friends so easily makes it easy for me to just not consider you anymore because of simple easy things. All right. And my diet is way too selective, and the fact that like I have weird like habits just in general is very like unattractive, and also it's like difficult to keep up with. You feel like automatically, because that person is selective, that you will not make the cut, or that why try and be part of something that you're not part of, whatever. My diet is very selective, so like I don't like eat at a lot of restaurants, for instance, and I'm picky when it comes to like well, I'm selective in general with a lot of things, and I think that that can be a very big problem, because although like I'm very open-minded and I see the good in things, I also draw the line, and I'm very morally like sharp. So I'm picky. Oh, what you think, like, yeah, and once again, like, that is to my benefit, because like for instance, like people make fun of me for the amount of food that I eat, or the diets that I have to maintain like my shape, or just like even like a lot of things about me that I like, because I try hard to be authentic, so it can be easy to make fun of me for maintaining the way that I look. But the thing is, like, if I don't maintain it, it falls into chaos, and just the essence of the fact that like I have to be selective, and I have to, you know, like, whereas I get ashamed for that, and I feel like it's one of the most unattractive things about me. I'm just gonna be straight up, like, I have a plant-based diet, so that means I don't eat eggs, I don't eat milk, I don't eat, like, yeah. And often it's winter right now, so as you can see my face, like I have a lot of weight on my face, but it's not often like this. Like I don't eat at certain times of the day. For instance, like I don't eat at night, and that can be a problem to somebody if that is the time where you would want to have dinner as a family, Obviously, that would change, but I just think that even for getting to know somebody, like the mentality that I have to be that inconsiderate speaks a lot of volumes. But I have to, if I want to look the way that I look. So yeah. So it's not necessarily something that can really have a proper compromise or solution. It's just the fact that that is something that somebody would have to deal with. Like, that is something that you either like in or you not in. Like, maybe it would be better if you can relate to me. I don't know. Then I cannot read what I wrote over here, like on this page. I don't know what I said. Is there not something I missed, maybe on the other page, that I can talk about? When I'm trying content with my life. Oh, like, when I'm content, I don't necessarily like put in as much effort, which is a bad thing. Like, when I'm satisfied, I don't like go out of my way to uphold the same things that you would like I'm trying, but when I like am actually happy with like when I'm content with the people around me or with just my lifestyle in general, or just like happy just in general, like I sort of go on holiday. Like, that is my little holiday where I don't do the things that I am loved for, or like I don't do work, like, and work even being like self-care, or like attending to the ground, or anything. Like, for instance, I would take selfies on my phone as a as like an affirmation that I look okay. But when I'm content, there's no photos on my phone, because I'm just living my best life. or when I'm like not really necessarily happy, there'll be like more Instagram posts, whereas in reality things are not going very well. So that's sort of my like work is like my escape, and when I don't need to escape, then I don't need work. So that's a problem. uh One thing is that I also can't take a hint, and I think that like it's not that I'm bad at reading the room, but when it comes to things where I would need to kind of pervert it to make it make sense, I'm really difficult with that. I have guests arriving at my house that I should be greeting. Is it okay if I can't leave you though. Like I have to. It's not like I can't pause the game, mom. So I'm just gonna quickly greet them, okay? And then I'll be right back. it's really bright in here. Wow, it's extremely bright in here. I went for a while. Did I go for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes? I went for a while. It's like 30 minutes now. I'm so sorry. I hope you have grace. Anyway, at least it is 30 minutes in and not so early in the video. You would have not stayed. Oh my days. Let's take a breath. Okay. Yeah. There's a few things, but like I said, like I'm not a liar. Like I'm a well-rounded individual who stands by the things that I said. Those are pros. Those are more pros. Like I think there are more pros actually than cons, but the cons are very like extreme cons. So I can't take a hint. Yeah. So for instance, somebody bought me like a Bible with like flowers pressed inside of it, and I couldn't tell that that was like with romantic intention, because I didn't know what their name was, and like it was a boy or whatever. And then like the next week they got me like flowers, and I was like, oh, like that's like yeah. So yeah, that actually traumatized me. Like I say that as if it was light. That actually was extremely traumatizing. But I think like, I can't take a hint because I am like low-key scared. Like I don't want to be perceived in a way that I don't want to be perceived in. Like if you miss the mark, you've disrespected me like a lot. So I don't know if there's also me criticizing the way that another person is, that I feel like you should not even like, don't even come there, like you foul individual. So like I don't know. Clearly I need to be checked. So I'm just saying this to like say that this is the way that I am, these are the problems that I have. Are these things even problems? Because I think that these could be problems. It's also then again me projecting the way that I perceive these things in the world in general. So let me come again. Oh, also pro, I'm short. Anyway, oh, another con about me. I'm skipping a con. Like I'm skipping to this con. This is actually one of the last cons. Is that if a person is like taller, or like if person is like blonde or has like dark skin, like has like some sort of advantage, like biological advantage that I don't have, that will complement me biologically, I feel like guilty. Like I don't necessarily want a very good looking man or a very tall man, because like I don't want to be taking that for myself, like I have the burden of the judgment of women who will criticize me for like dating a man that they could have potentially wanted, or criticize me for dating a man that they don't potentially want. So although like I claim to be like a morally, like I'm arrow-minded, I'm still like affected by the perception of other people. So when it comes to like, the whole conspiracy of the swag gap, I would prefer that I look better than the man that I end up with, and I would rather have them woo me in other ways, that is aside from making themselves personally more desirable, if you know what I mean. So did I say that? Yeah, so I can't take a hint. I'm very strong-willed. Yeah, so I can't take a hint. Like, I deny at all costs. Like I said, you're gonna have to be extremely delusional. And like you have to project your feelings extremely expressively. So no subtle, nonchalant things with me. And even like if you give me stuff and I don't know you, like the registration is not happening. Also, actually, when it comes to that, like I'm not gonna necessarily like accept you if you are not at the point where you would tick most boxes, because I'm strong-willed. So because I am strong-willed, there is a very particular thing that I like, that selectivity, The fact that I'm strong-willed, although I'm working on submission, the fact that I am strong-willed is, it's, I would say that I'm open-minded, but it comes back to the fact that like, I want to admire you as a leader for me to submit to you. So that the essence of me being strong-willed, if you are an insecure person, this whole list is if you are the ideal person. This is not potential criticisms that I have to the average person, but like, yeah, I am strong-willed. I can't cook, which makes me less like helpful, which is what I come back to. Like, I won't necessarily bless somebody unless they're desperate, because the thing is that I can't cook, and I can't clean, and I'm not that neat, and I'm not that funny, and I'm not that smart, like conventionally smart, like 4 plus 4 equals 8 smart. Like, I'm not conventionally smart, but I do like, think about things, organizing and creative, but like, I'm still like a mess, like, and I don't have the best ideas that there ever was in the world. So that's a bit of a con. And I get bored easily. That is a major like con, which also plays into like the fact that I go through so many people on a day because I like to make friends. I get bored easily. So it's a problem. Also, they're having a good time outside. They're like really enjoying themselves. I gotta wrap this up. Okay, I can only speak English. And although like I would like to class myself as a person who can speak Afrikaans, the reality of that is that I'm not to Afrikaans people. Oh, I know I came late today. Oh my days! Oh, it's so cool to see you. Oh my days, it's very late where you are right now. That's really cool. So I am like going through lists that I made. Like, I made lists. So in the start, like, I was speaking about pros, because it's not a self-pity thing. Like, a reminder, it's not self-pity, but like, this is just like personal like analysis that I'm like going through. I haven't been like talking that much. It's great to see you. So I am going through reasons that I would not get married. Like, clearly, like, I wouldn't get married at this like day and age now, but like my problems. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, so like my strong points are creativity and like organizing, and I hope that's not to an extent of perfectionism. I really hope not, because that is a problem. Okay, another problem with me. Yeah, so like I said, like, I can only speak English. Isn't yet too early to think about marriage? You have a lot of time for character development, girl. That's very true. That's true. I have time for character development. Alright, so I can only speak English, even though I would like to say that I can speak like Afrikaans. Ek wil gesien as 'n Afrikaanse persoon. Ek kan Afrikaans praat. Also, I didn't add any hashtags or anything to the video, because like I was like planning on just talking to myself, like because it's like very convenient to film it on Twitch, because I can just take the video from Twitch and move it straight to YouTube. So I had no intentions of talking to any chat. Yeah, so I can only really speak English, and the negative of this is that when people who are speaking Afrikaans like are talking to each other, I may well feel a little bit left out. Afrikaans people technically have or normally have Afrikaans like communities, and although I understand, it's just a lot harder for me to be naturally like woven in there. I would consider myself, compared to the average South African, bilingual, but compared to an Afrikaans person, ek is nie Afrikaans nie. Okay. I'm also, yeah, I would say like, and even like have jokes in Afrikaans. Like I like the Afrikaans culture, but I think that, yeah, because they're often a little bit more like traditional and moral and things like that. And like, but I'm not very, I feel like the whole house can hear me because they're very close to me right now. Why is it silent? Okay. I'm either hot or cold, which is a problem. So like, it's like absolutely like this, or it's absolutely not like this. So getting hot. So it's absolutely like a certain way, like which is bad in the sense that I don't know how to say it. I'm either hot or cold. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Like I'm either hot or cold, and that's a problem. Like I'm not like in the middle of like, you know, like a very functioning human would be. And I struggle to submit to authority, but one of my pros was that I'm trying to submit to authority. It's just not where I grew up, where the environment that I grew up in was an environment where it was like where I was taught to submit to authority, because you like often taught in that creative process to like defy like the norms and things. So in that, it was very difficult for me to in that it was very difficult for me to I'm just gonna move this closer because the rest of the house are very close to me and I just want to like speak quietly, or not this quietly, but I don't want to like project. Okay, you can tell that the video is gonna be coming to an end. Hang on. Yo, this is a crazy one. I'm scared of idolizing a partner. So I don't want to expect too much from a partner, and I don't want to be too dependent on them, but I do want to submit to their authority. So the thing is that, yeah, so I'm scared of like idolizing a partner. And this is bad because I have a very big tendency to do this. I very often idolize like a partner, or like I'm scared of like idolizing partners. So any like if I give them too much attention in my brain, like I cut it off. So yeah. Also another pro is that I won't go out and like speak about like personal interactions that I have between people, but I'm very scared of idolizing, which I think, like, I don't understand the root of this problem yet, because, yeah, but I think maybe my perception of, you know, like, I don't want the place that I love them in to replace the place that they're supposed to be, like, loved in. I don't want to love bomb or anything like that. So I have a fear of doing that. And I like people who don't look like me genetically, but I want to preserve my genetics. Like for instance, like people who have like lighter hair with like lighter skin, or like strawberry hair, or like darker skin. Like I want to like or curly hair even, like I want to ideally like ideologically I want to marry a person who looks fairly similar to me, so that my genes are like still like kept, but I don't want to. It comes back to that thing of like, yo, I don't want to like be like this is the thing that I was talking about, hinting at earlier. I don't want to like take from the a pool of people that could be more pure. For instance, like blonde people. I like people who have low contrast so that look like brighter, but my like hair, for instance, is darker. I don't mess with like prejudices and preferences based on like um colors of hair and things, but those things do subconsciously matter, and I do like, you know, like linen blazers in comparison to darker blazers. So lighter colors I like a lot, and that's way more genetically rare, and I don't want to mess up their genetics. So I like I said, like I like people who don't look like me genetically, and then at the same time I don't look the same. Like my like eyebrows, for instance, are not naturally this light, so I do like artificial work, which isn't necessarily like, that's not natural, and will not be preserving their genetics. um yeah, that's a problem. Like, it's a bigger problem than what it seems like, because then in my mind, like, I don't consider that person an option because of like like the boxes that I've like created and like ticked in. I think it's important to set standards, but I just think that this is like a contradictory standard that causes problems. um Maybe it's also because I'm not truly happy with the way that I look, and yet, like, you know, I want someone who looks different to me, but yet I don't. Like, so I think that's a problem with like being happy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna read that now. That's sent in two parts. I'm only seeing both of the two parts right now. I'm actually gonna read that right now. As a 22-year-old, uh as a 22-year-old now, I am pretty sure by when you are 20 to 21, half of these will be cancelled out, okay? And half new issues will come up in the list. That's very true. That's actually very true. Marriage is all about making compromises. So I would disagree with marriage is all about making compromises from both ends. I wouldn't say compromises. I would say sacrifices. But I agree with what you're saying, and that's very true. So like when I say like my list, I don't mean it in like a self-condemning way, but I mean it in a way that like this is like at this time, yo. But that is very reassuring. Although I would like to fix the problems that I have now, so that is like why I'm identifying it, and saying I know like why XYZ is not perfect. I know I've met more pretty people, more successful people, etc. But I don't want to be perfect. I want to be, uh, uh, I don't want perfect. I want that exact person. All right, that's very interesting. Yeah, because I think that it can be very like easy, because like for me, like I said, like I skim over so many like I have so many friends and so many, like, you know, you meet so many people all the time, then like you want like the best thing ever. So I just like, I genuinely like tend to keep just keep it going, like just like keep striving for better and better, and that's like really really humbling, and such a feeling can only happen when you meet someone in the most unexpected time. That's actually very true. That's true, because if you go like, for instance, on a dating app, and you like evaluating everyone based off of those things, and you have it in the back of your mind, even when you've met the person in real life from the dating app, that you have approved all their things, and you think like, wow, this is now your dream person. You've got in your back of your mind that there are other options and they can be better. So that is really true. To meet like a person in an unexpected way is so real. So with time I'll be better. I'll have different problems, but it's not about being perfect, and that's really nice to hear. Such a feeling can only happen when you meet someone in the most unexpected time and in the most unexpected places. So you don't need idolization. All you need is divine coincidences. That is something to think about. You don't need idolization. All you need is divine coincidences. yeah, because when you like, I think it, like, I would say, I think it comes back to the idea of being like desperate. Like, am I being um desperate for, like, like, is that dependency out of desperacy, you know? Like, and I think my confusion comes in there. Um, you know? Yeah, divine coincidences. Yeah, because it's not my, I don't have the control over it. So I think that perhaps my, like, um scared of, like, idolization comes from me not, like, letting go, not actually really trusting, like, divinity. It's not trusting God, that it will pull through. So we are down to final my final criticism of my criticism, but like final reason that, okay, so, but like I said in the start, like you said, like, when I have a person, these problems won't be a problem. So I'm referencing this based off, like, an ideal person that like an ideal person. I'm not exposed to an ideal person right now, but like, like I said, like, I'm not attracted to anyone. Like, I don't have any motivation to move outside of comfort, and I understand the sacrifice of, so that is like what I said initially, and then all these kind of come back to that. But what you said, yeah. So then, also, the TikTok comment section is a nightmare. Like, it's actually horrible. Like, even just like on genuine, like, because I hit 1 million views on a video that I made, and the comments are like atrocious. But the thing is, if you're not like scrolling, and you looking at the comment section, like going into the comment section is if you like something, you like it, you repost it, you share it, whatever. If you dislike something, you go into the comment section, you write a comment, or you like somebody else's criticism or whatever. So the comment section is for like negative things, I feel. So like the TikTok comments, like the TikTok's comments are crazy, and I almost feel like I feel bad for other people, because, like, goodness gracious, like the type of things that are happening in the comment section is insane. Okay, and saying, oh yeah, I did read that now. Okay, and then my last point, right? Judgment, and it comes to the issue of yeah, so the judgment and discerning. So once again, like, this is like with preference to the best possible person, but to acknowledge that a person cannot be perfect. Trust me, as I was a person who was not attracted to anyone, I thought love isn't real until it happened. So call me wussers. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's not like I think that it's not real, but I understand, like, you don't, like, you don't have the expectation that would happen to you, but it's also, like you said, like, random places, whatever. The way that the Lord will intend it to be is not necessarily, like, we can't expect that and expect ourselves to be in a certain way. That is really, like, wow. Like, to think about it like that, like, we can't expect ourselves to be in a certain way. Like, we can't, like, wow. Like, that, I feel like, goes beyond that, and that is something that's new information to me. Yeah, so I think that the judgment comes from, like I said, like, back to that thing of wanting things to be perfect, and, like, that's a problem that I would need to deal with not yeah, with reducing expectations and forgiveness and everything else. Yeah. Oh, hi, Flocky Official. Hi. Hello. Like, I actually, like, just finished the stream. Like, I finished, like, everything that I was just now talking about. But it's like, it's really cool to It's cool to see you. Cool to hear from you. Like, I'll stay if you have anything to say, but I actually now, like, we can just chat because I have finished the entire, like, if you want, I can go over a little bit of it again. What should I call you? Flocky. That's a cute name. Like I said, like, TikTok traumatized me of, like, comment sections and things like that. It is not a safe space. Like, TikTok is not, like, a comfortable. How are you? I'm doing very well. I'm experiencing, like, a holiday period, so I'm actually on break, and as you can see, actually, I'm always in my onesie, so what do you mean? But anyway, like, I'm on holiday break, so how are you? I'm doing good. Oh, I don't like TikTok. Yes, I don't like TikTok too. I'm happy to repeat that a few times. It's just, like, actually really toxic. I had a viral video, that's what I'm talking about. And the comment sections are crazy. Like, the people are, like, rude and many fools. Yes, the people who use TikTok are actually stupid. That's very true. People who use TikTok are very stupid. That, thank goodness. Like, at least, because, like, the comment section, like, the, like, chat over here, everything over here is just, like, so demure. Like, people, like, they all want to marry you. That that is true. Yeah, animal people, bro. The people, yeah, they all want to marry you. In terms of like the video idea, that would probably be the type of stuff that you would have in your comment section. We are having like enlightening, like demure intellectual conversations, which would not be the case. Do you feel that I understand you? I feel like we have very, like, basic, like, knowledge on the thing. I know the amount of perverts and haters on TikTok, and the thing is, like, even if it's not, like, weird perversion, like, you just perverting, like, good things and making it negative. Like, why are the haters just, like, making everything negative? And some feel it's literally Tinder. Yeah, that is true. I feel like I'm not so much on that side. Like, I'm on more of a different side of it. But, like, I think I know what you mean, because I saw this video of this, like, Comic-Con, this lady who was in Cape Town, and, like, the people in the comment section said something like, what did they say now? Yeah, they're like, she's the one, like, and it was just like random stuff, and it was like, yeah, so I know what you mean. We're keeping it demure on, like, this beautiful area. Yeah, where it's, like, odd, a whole oddity. Oh, I know you seem to be under 18. I am under 18. And the thing is, the whole thing about marriage, although, like, we were talking about, like, I am not in a position that I would legally even be able to be married. That's probably another reason I should be adding on the list. But yeah, so luckily I don't get, like, marriage requests on TikTok. The criticism is more for other things. Yeah, the annoyance will be more impactful. that might be, yeah, like, my immature mind, like, the perception of my immature mind, like, guys, the annoyance, I think so. Like, the older you get, the more, like, chilled out you become, but the younger, like, the more, like, snappy and energetic. I want to be, like, more energetic. I am over 18. All of you right now over 18, because Savvy's also over 18. Could I call you Flocky? Yeah. So I think the majority of audience on Twitch is not necessarily over 18. Yeah. So, like, you can give your opinion then on, like, on marriage. Like I was saying, so I discussed some pros, right? Because I felt compelled to tell you that. I appreciate that. W chat. Like, I'm in the mood for another small streamer, and oh, I'm a mod for another small streamer, and she streams on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch together. So I know this stuff, and a little bit even if we don't have TikTok here. Yeah. The stuff is weird. Like like I said, like sane individuals like on the side of Twitch, like I feel like conversational skills like completely to make the discussion more comfortable. Yeah. Thank you for the lore. Thank you for the lore. You thought it was a robot. That's crazy. No, like Savvy is the mod over here on this chat. Yeah. So I'll go over like the earlier things because none of you were here when I was speaking of the. So I'll discuss the pros and then compare them. Yeah, I'll discuss the pros and then like then you can like say maybe whether you relate to that or whether you feel like that is important or not important. So one of the important things that I think that I can, so like I said, like I cannot like cook, I cannot like clean, I cannot do the typical things that I feel would contribute to the marriage. So like I said, like I don't feel like I would be like a helpful person or a blessing to someone's like well-being unless they're like low-key desperate and lonely, you know. Oh, 23, 22, you guys are literally the same age then. Yo, so like I said, like I don't like, not in a self-deprecating way, but I don't think that I would necessarily contribute anything aside from like just being there and just being supportive. We're old people here. My fellow unks, my fellow that's not even old, that's like you guys will also be unmarried, you know, but like with like a different POV, with like a different perspective. So it'd be interesting like to know what you guys, because since like we're enough people for me to like read everything that you guys have to say. So yeah, I won't necessarily be like a helpful blessing to someone's like well-being. And what are those writings? So I've got 28 reasons, a few odd reasons, you know, why I wouldn't be like marrying soon. So I have criticisms, and then just to like to lighten the load in the start, what I began with was I then had like things that I am good at, like things that I would at least be able to do. So these are like criticisms that I have. Can you get married now? See, the thing is, no, I can't get married now. It's just like a thought that I had, like, you know, like I don't have any like drive to get married. Like I'm so like comfortable and so like chilled out. Like I don't feel like, because there's so many people around me at their like young ripe age that want to get married, and I understand, but like I just don't like I'm not even only getting married, like I don't have any drive to like even like, you know, like I speak of like marriage as like the end. Don't think about it. Don't strain your brain because you'll change your mind. That is very true. So like my I feel like my criticisms are more objective than, but that's very true. When you grow up, things will change. That's very true. You guys yeah. So, but I will say things that I am good at, okay? That I've heard like that are like good things. I am like a hype person, so I will like I don't. It feels like strange to say these things, and then it's like not true to like your guys' perception of me, but how I would perceive myself. Yeah, especially if you're 16 years old. Exactly what I said. It's true. I'm good at receiving gifts and compliments. You won't understand until you experience it firsthand. That is actually very true. That is very true. Just now, yeah. That is very true. That's very true. So what do I think about in terms of that? In 2010 I drank coffee, and now you don't drink coffee? Is that now how it is? What does NN stand for? no. Like in 2010 I drank coffee, but now I also don't drink coffee. Maybe that's another problem. Maybe it's another thing to add to my lists. Yeah. So I consider myself like I'm no longer that child that used to draw newspapers. I've become a designer. Oh wait. You are not the first person in the section that, like, the comment section that, or comment section in the chat. Not the first person in chat who, or in the general chat who is a designer. So yeah, the comparison, newspapers, designer. Wow. So, and there's a big paragraph that I'm expecting here. Check how my finger looks when it's scrolling. Man, that's... Oh, I don't sell that. You don't sell designs, but like, understand. Do I even understand? Am I perceiving? Oh, I'm an artist. That's nice. This in the background, I didn't make it, but it is by someone I know personally. It's inspirational in that sense. I do have an artistic thing, like it is a hat. Huh? Artistic, kind of. I made the I did the rhinestones on it. Yep. And this, my headphones, that actually fell apart. Like, it disconnected, and then there was like a wire that was sticking up, and I just had to stick it together again. So that is like the reality that I'm... Oh, this is the side that's stuck. So I can't bend it, twist it, or anything with it. Like over here, do you see all the versatility? I can't do that with this one because it fell off and I glued it together. So like all good headphones, it has to come to an end. But headphones do cost a lot of money. What I will do is not buy headphones again. If this, like, when this one's time is finished, I will replace it with something else. I'm relieved because there's a nice girl and a nice guy in the chat. What happened to the house you were making? It's at school. So it's at my art academy. Not school, my art academy. Because due date happened, and it's in there, but it's not, like, I would say it's not completely finished, but that's where it is now. So it's actually not in my room. Yeah, this is how my room looks right now. It's got a sewing machine on the table. You know what I did do? I tried to make a skirt. And the skirt, is just are we seeing what's happening in the back? Do you have another phone? I don't have another phone, but yes, I am filming this on the phone. W knowledge, W phone ball knowledge. I don't have another phone. I have a laptop, but it's it's not the most advanced. Yeah. So that's that. But check this skirt, like, it's horrible. Oh wait, are you even looking at the right side? That is an embarrassing side. See, this is the right side. And I think I wasted a lot of material on this because it just shouldn't have come out. It should not have come out in this way. It's a mess. because I used all this material to make this, but I can't do anything with this, so it's a very big problem. Oh, that's cool. The Instagram. I can screenshot this and then I can actually go and like, I actually stay off of like the Instagram side of it actually, because like I don't have a promotion account. Oh, okay. Do you guys know each other? Chat, really just chatting to each other. Okay. If you want, you can join the Discord if you're interested in the Discord, because then you can like chat to each other on Discord. I think that would be like a comfortable like way to experience the chat, you know. The link to Discord will come if you're interested in it. I do have a Discord. Yeah. That is... Oh, I'm getting to know him now. So I didn't know him before. Yeah. That would make sense. That would make sense. I was busy with this project in the corner over there with the like dots. It hasn't progressed quite a lot at all because I just haven't had the tools to like... This stick puts it on there, but the wax is just not there. So there's no wax for me to be putting this on there. So that is the way. So that's the way it is. My thing doesn't notify me on my screen if somebody has followed me. So I have no idea. And I've tried to like set it up and like change the settings. For some reason it just doesn't. It doesn't like... Yeah. So if you yeah, if you have followed, that is super cool. Thank you so much. But I can't see that from like my default screen. The stream is technically over. I think we're about... If you want to be like a mod, like, but I think you're talking to Savvy. I think. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. I will see you guys. I've taken like breaks because I want to like, you know, have something to say when I come on here so that I am able to talk to myself. Otherwise, like, you know, like what am I doing really? I don't want to burn myself out when it comes to conversation because like I don't really believe in extrovert introvert, but apparently like I'm actually introvert, so I don't know, like I don't want to burn out. Enjoy. I'm gonna leave the screen. You guys can chat, and like if you want to hop on the Discord, there's space in the Discord. There's always space in the Discord. So bye guys. Thank you for coming. Give me the link. Savvy, could you insert the Discord link? I can insert it when I leave, like in the chat I can like put the Discord link. Look, my hands are like on the... I want to see if I can do that. The phone is on a tripod right now. Show you the back of this. Oh, there's the Discord. Ta-da! There's like there's a few nice things going on there on the Discord. So now I'm actually gonna say goodbye. Okay, so what did we learn from this? Essentially, don't worry about it now. Later there will be different problems to worry about, and the problems that we have now won't be problems anymore. And bye. I really appreciate it. Have a great day ahead. Have a great night ahead for me, and have a great day if it's day for you, and if it's night, however it will be. Bye.